There we go. Let's turn that on. Turn that one off. Oh, that would be a problem. Let's turn that one off. Turn that on. Turn that one off. Here, let me put this back on. Oh, that would be a problem. Let's turn that one off. Turn that up a little bit. See if this works. Right about there. Okay. How is... Okay. Put this down. There we go, so I can see Revit. All right. So, let me turn that off for a second. Yeah, I'll just go off this mic first to start. So, I'm gonna do a quick beat just to start, something to work off of, and then from there, we'll oh, hold on, let me turn this off. I don't need to hear myself. 10 seconds in delay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw a beat together, and then I'm gonna go through. I'm just gonna place some doors and windows in this Revit project of mine. For residential, and yeah, if there's any questions, if you're jumping on, you know, put them in the chat as I do this, and yeah, I'll go over a couple things too with point clouds and whatnot. But first, we need a beat. do
Maybe put it right there. There we go. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna put these on. Put these off to the side. I can still hear it a little bit. Alright, so going into Revit. Of course, sorry. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the outside there's some landscapers, so you might hear a little hum in there. But anyway, first off, so it's a residential project that I'm working on here, and give me 1 second. I don't want you to see. Can I? Come on. There we go. All right, just cut that off. I don't need you to see that information. But yeah, so single family home, and I do everything using scanning technology. So I have a Matterport in this case. Sometimes I hire somebody else to do some like the products, whether it's BLK 360 or RTC 360. For bigger projects, but for most of my residential projects, single family homes, I will use Matterport and then get the point cloud from that. So that's what you see here. So I've already converted that. Just real quick with that too, I don't know if you know this. I mean, if anybody's familiar with working in Revit, you can change the colors of the point clouds. I like to use normals. Basically because it picks up the edges throughout, so it's really easy in terms of finding walls. Like I've already drawn the walls, but like if you can see here, you can see the edges of that. Really works well if you're dealing with if there's a scan in a dark area, like if you don't have enough light, it does pick up a lot of the edges. Even there, because it's basically the laser can still see. It's just that sometimes you can't visibly see it. The scan itself would be a little dark too, so it's much better this way, using this view setting of the normals, because it's picking up the edges. But just to kind of show you a little bit different, like if you change the color mode to RGB, which is kind of more just the normal thing. I mean, you can obviously see it's much clearer to see furniture and whatnot. This is cut off here. It's just the view of the view depth. These floors here are lower than this side of the house. It's just a few steps down off of the kitchen, so that's why you don't see the floor here. But yeah, if I change the view depth, let's just say 2 feet. Hit OK. Now you'll start seeing that. Now I drew some floors in here too. So the floor, once you start modeling elements too, it'll kind of go over the point cloud itself. So that's why you kind of still see white. But obviously, if I change the view depth, you saw that you did see more information. So I'm just going to change this back. But like I said, I like to use the normals. I mean, just to show you single color. Now, you can't really see anything, to be quite honest. Let's see what other elevation could kind of work. Let me see. You can see it a little bit in basically just picking up elevation differences. So you can see where the furniture is. It's a different color of like more of a purple or a lighter purple or more reddish purple than the purple that's on the floor. And you can see here, and you can obviously change, well, it's red and blue, but let's just go, you know what, let's keep blue, but let's make it yellow to the top. Maybe it'll kind of be a little bit more noticeable. Just kind of lightened it up a little bit. But anyway, that's where that kind of can come into play. It can be helpful, whether you're in elevation or section as well, trying to pick up different pieces of information. What's the other one? Elevation. Intensity is not going to be much because it's just the same. that's kind of the intensity, the number of points. But the Matterport, there's only one setting, so you're not going to see much difference there. But again, I like normals is my favorite one to use. It kind of much easier to see a lot of the different information. It picks, again, like you could see here in the kitchen, zoom out just a hair, and I'm not going to mouse over it, but like the counter edges, you can see it's a different color there, whether it's green or red, depending on, and that's really the direction. You can see like anything going left to right is green, anything going up and down in the picture is, or in this view, is more reddish or purplish in a way. So, so yeah, so that's kind of that. Now, when I go through here, you know what? I didn't do all the floors and stuff, so, but I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just, you know what? Let me just go right into it. So the first thing I like to do when doing doors is I just place all the doors in here, and I just use a typical size. Doesn't matter what it is, so I can see. I mean, actually, hold on. This is the entry door, so I'll do that. The full size, 36 by 84. And the back. Oh, the back door is a sliding door. So let me throw the sliding door back here, roughly where it's at. I don't at initial placement, I'm not too picky about placement yet, and I'll show you what I do for that later on. There is a door here into the garage, door into the bathroom. Oh, there's two closet doors. You don't see the swing and plan. Now, obviously, they're actually, you can tell they're already smaller, so I'll just put a 30-inch. But I do know they're there. These are just open. I'll do those in a second. And I have a slider here, the sliding door. And I also have a bifold. Where's my bifold? Not sure what. Well, again, I don't at this moment. I don't necessarily care too much about the door size. Oh, there's a garage door too. I don't think I have one. Hold on. Got the garage door in here. No, load it in real quick. Garage. Doors there. And okay, so that's pretty much the first floor. You know what? There are a couple openings. There's a case opening, but again, I'll start with. Well, we'll do 34 by 80 in this case. This case. Again, I'm just placing the openings. I don't necessarily care about the size at the moment. I'll kind of have a second pass. Let me get on the basement. Oop, let me change normals. Actually, there's only one door. 32 by 80. There we go. Alright, that's picking up actually that's a building pad above. Yep, so that's that, and then let me go to the second floor and place the doors there. So, whoop. Fortunately, you can't change these settings. I mean, I guess I could have a template that does this, but anyway, it only takes a second to do it. Door. Alright, I know I have, you know what, let's just put in the closet sliding door. I don't remember if this is a slider here. There's another one over here. And there's going to be a it's going to be a wall there. I'm not, like, this isn't necessarily, I'm not focusing on walls, but usually when I also start with a project, especially with existing conditions, I just go with generic walls and then I adjust accordingly. This project is actually an addition that's going to be here on the second floor, so all of this, so there's no changes over here, so I just keep everything generic, just keep it simple. You know, I mean, there's reasons, you know, some of the stuff that's connected, that'll be connected here, I may convert down the road and make them the actual partitions, but I like to kind of keep everything generic just to start. Okay, so I got pretty much, I think, all the doors placed that are in this project, but so then when I get to sizing, what I'll do is I'll switch over to section views. Again, let me change the normals. I'm also changing the normals here because this is somebody's house. So it's a little harder to tell what everything is unless you got a trained eye. Okay, so here, let me actually, do I have, yes I do, hold on. Something I have that you guys, I purposely am not showing, which is Matterport has virtual tours. I'm not going to put that online, but just bear with me for 1 second. I just want to verify what kind of doors. Okay, it is a slider. Alright, great. Alright, so actually it looks like for the most part, yeah, this one's actually a 48 by 80. So let me just hide the door for 1 second so you can see. So this again, this is why. Let me actually switch to RGB. Well, you might actually, because it's white, and let me see, in this bedroom. Yeah, so you can see it fairly easily in this view, the outline of the door. Actually, it's nice when you hide the door. Like, so I temporarily hide it. You can see here, you can see the outline of the opening. But, you know, again, with this door over here, same deal. Oops. Let's not move I want to move doors. There we go. So, you can see here, so I can adjust the door accordingly. It looks like this one might actually be more of a 30-inch, yeah. So this one's more of a 30-inch door, and then I can adjust it. But see, it's like I can kind of see where this is, but there's some information maybe behind it. So another reason why I like to go to the normals view is that it's easier for me to tell where the edges are. So in this case, it's that kind of red area you see behind there, and then if I zoom in, whoop, let me turn that door back on, set. Oop, oh, there's that other wall on the other side, so I can adjust that accordingly. That's actually like a curtain or something. It's kind of in the foreground, so I could adjust the, let's see here, if I went a little bit closer with the section, I might be able to get a clearer view. The other thing too, when I cut sections, especially with working with point clouds, you want to make sure that your depth is not very deep on your view, because then it's much easier to see what you're dealing with. Alright, yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah, so then going back to second floor, so then all I'll do, so I got those two doors, is I'll adjust this section now. Now, this one's going to be a little tricky because if you look at, in the plan, there's the swing of the door, so I'm not going to be able to see. That's why I want to get real close here. I'm going to get a portion. It doesn't look like it looks like the door was open. Yeah. But I can still see here, here's the outline, like right above the door, like where the trim was. So sometimes what I'll do too is I'll hide the actual wall, and then I'll be able to kind of pick some of the information. I'm kind of doing, like, this is just from, I just know what I'm looking for right now, but I am looking, see these red dots here in this case? That's the outline of the closet door. And like I said, but right here is kind of the door, the swing door that's kind of cut through from the scan. You know, so you kind of have to kind of work your way through some of this stuff and kind of eyeball a few things. And I didn't pick up the, well, I can see, this is kind of nice, like, so right here, I know that that's where the scan data kind of ended, because the closet was open in this case. So I know that there's the edge of the wall. So I can move this over to pick up the edge, and then kind of go from there. And I could kind of fine tune stuff a little bit if needed. You know, center, like, to be quite honest, I'll center these doors in this opening. And what's that give me? No, let's just let me do that one. We'll keep that one the same. Alright, and then it's just a matter of going through and let me change the depth here. You know, so I'll get this other door in this other bedroom. So we're up here. And again, I could, you know, I picked 32 by 80. It looks like it's a 30-inch by 80-inch door. So that might be, typically I found that, you know, 32 by 80 is your typical door, but, you know, maybe in this house it's 32 or 30 by 80. Yeah, so I'll go through and do all of that for all the doors throughout. But then it's just really the same process with windows. Sometimes a little harder to tell. I don't remember exactly where all the windows are. I will utilize the virtual tour to remember where everything is. I'm kind of going off by memory at the moment, because it is I mean, at least plan wise, sometimes, especially with windows, is a little harder to pick up. I mean, obviously I know there's a window here and there's curtains and whatnot. For the most part, I think that's all the windows here on the first floor. I mean, if I go to this section, I'm going to go a little bit more. I'm going to go from the exterior. What I'll see, well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go the other way. Hold on. Well, I want to do, there's one I want to check. Okay, let's flip it. So I didn't do the wall opening yet here. There's a little bay. Okay, so, I mean, the height's wrong, but you can see here there's two units. Changing these, do I have a 30? I'll just make them smaller for the moment. Like I said, I'm going to go back and kind of fine tune all this. That may even be the wrong window, to be quite honest. That might not be a double hung. But let's see here. So I had those two. Oh, I had two over there, one there, and then two here. You know, obviously this is probably more of a countertop over a sink. And I'll have to get a different height for that, but and these are more the little ones here. Alright, let's go to the front. depth. I'm not sure. I don't think the garage has a. Oh, that's a window in the bathroom. Okay, that's not a window. Okay, yes, I got all the windows there. And on the second floor, again, same deal. There's one there. Actually, let's see if I can tell. No. All right. Well, let's check on here. So let me go back to the section. Actually, no. Hold on. Replace a window first. We can kind of do a 2-for-1 here. All right. So there's a window there. This is the same wall. So I can copy. Let's do multiple. Boom, boom, boom. And then I could see here to measure the sill height is. So that's about 3'7". 3'6". Oh, no, 3'8". And looks like 3'36". Alright, yeah, these 36. So what is that? 3'8". Of course, in Revit, really great. Select them all. I'm up at 3'8". That one's pretty good. Yeah, that one's there. And that one's there. Alright. So I got all the windows up there. And then, yeah, I got one there already. Flip this. And looks like I just have one window. Oh, let me make sure, because there's a closet. Oops. Second floor. Oh, that's just the door. Oh, I see what that is. Okay, so clear that door swing. Looks like both of these are also maybe 3'8". But these do look a little. Well, don't think this one is. Let's see. Let me slide over into place. That one looks like it might be a little. Yeah, this one's definitely smaller. So make this. Looks like it might be 30-inch. I could. Well, you know what? I could have measured it, but. Alright, well, yeah, I can go, I'll go back and double check this too with the, what you call it, the tour. The tour, there's a measurement tool in there so I can see that. Yeah, so, and then, let me just go, well, I know there's some basement windows, but that's going to take some investigation. There's a lot of stuff there. Oh, it looks like we got 2 windows on the side as well. Or one. There we go. And there. I'm just using the arrow keys to move these in place. Again. 3'8". Alright. Cool. And, oh no, that's just a different thing. You can see here, like if I go down the basement, here's the, basement window. There's another one over here, but there's a bunch of stuff over here, so I have to kind of look at using the point cloud isn't in the tour. I need to use those in conjunction with each other in order to get that one placed. But and so the floors aren't in yet. So if you look here, you can see I don't have the floors modeled in here yet either. So but yeah, so that looks like where I'm at. Yeah, about a half hour. There we go. And hit save, and yeah, just want to go over that and show a little bit of working with a point cloud. So that was about that. I'm just gonna go out. I don't see any chat questions or anything like that. Let me just double check here on the other thing. Yep, nothing here. So I'm gonna turn this one off, but I'm gonna mess around with this and just kind of go out with a little bit of music. And yeah, until next time, this is Rich the Architect, and just ask everybody, be curious and be different. All right, see ya.
Yo, there we go. Yo. said, thanks for stopping by. And